Wizard.
What it do, you guys? We are back with another episode of 15 Minutes at the Red Dot. It is your girl, Miss Kayla Shea. And today we have not just one, but we have two very special guests up in the building. We got Josh and we got Jason. Oh my gosh.
Hey.
How y'all doing on today?
How you doing? How you doing? I like that intro.
Grateful. I like that.
Yeah. I got it. Listen, I am very honored to be in the building with you guys.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
you guys are both not only handsome men, but you guys are doing the thing up in the community.
Appreciate
and I admire everything that you're doing.
Absolutely.
Like, you guys, they up in their fitness, they doing their thing, and I need some help. I just
All right,
I really do. I need to get my squats going on because my hair's been pressed out. I can't do any of that right now. But
appreciate you.
We can work around that.
Yeah, we need to. We need to. They over here got the eyes. I was telling them, I was like, can I borrow your eyes? Can I?
Oh man. I mean, we all inspire each other, right?
There you go.
It's beauty around the world.
Can you please tell
it,
us who don't know too much about you, which they should. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh man. Like you said, my name is Josh. I go by Jay West. It's my brother Jason. Jay West Deuce. But we just grew up in the city of Compton.
Mm-hmm.
We both grew up, with two active parents in our lives. A lot of people we actually, our peers that grew up didn't have a mother and a father. Mm-hmm. So that kind of kept us, out of the line of the fire, although we still grew up in it, because we all protect, our brother's keeper. So, we really grew up around a great mother and father. Like I said, my dad's a musician.
Oh, nice.
And, and my mother, she does it all pretty much. And my dad's also a teacher as well. We just always been for the community, grew up in the community, mm-hmm. and we here. We made it through, and we both are successful men.
Yeah.
And great products of our environment, and we're continuing to learn and thrive.
Mm-hmm.
Through it all. So
mm-hmm.
it's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. You?
Yeah.
The other day.
So Jason Estrada. We, like my brother said, coming from a cloth that was, straight from Compton, grandmother, mom, dad, and then us. So we grew up on the west side of Compton, and we always wanted to just dispel the myths of what people think the city is about by making sure we just, stay disciplined through it all. And I think that is a big testament to how we've developed over time, and then wanting to help and inspire more young energy that's mm-hmm. coming out the same same concrete, what I'm saying, that we rose out of. So being with that said, me kind of growing into who I am now, just starting off having a love for helping people, and now I own and operate the number one private training gym in the world called Estrada Fitness. So yeah. So that's just a part of one of the things that I've always aspired to do, which was help people. And now I get an opportunity to do what I love, but I also work for myself. And I've owned and operated my gym facility, which is in El Segundo, California, for over 10 years now. Wow. And, I work with everybody from professional athletes to celebrities to prehab to the average Joes. And I'm always willing to help others and take on new mentees and things like that. And new clients and people who need things to, goals that they want to reach, even if their hair is not, all the way.
Can we work around
ready?
That? Can I
like,
still achieve what I need to achieve without sweating out my hair?
You're gonna definitely sweat out probably your hair, but then you can always get your hair done after your workout.
He's the mad scientist over here. I mean, you talking to a man that was walking on his hands at 4 years old, in the front yard, in them Compton streets.
Hands?
So, yeah, walking on his hands. I mean, we both grew up playing basketball. That was our first love.
Wait a minute.
He was walking on the sidewalks with his hands. So he was basically that fitness guru from a young child. So
4 years old.
Hope you ready.
Oh my gosh, what kind of muscles you got up in there?
It's crazy, man. He been at it, I stuck to basketball,
my
and like I
goodness.
said, I actually went to HBCU, Hampton University, and I got hurt my freshman year, and then my sophomore year, I actually had to have surgery. I got diagnosed with a skin cancer, and I had to actually leave school for a while and take care of that the natural way, then go through the surgery way. But we both are health conscious, and we're kind of like in this alkaline environment where our bodies when it is attacked, it can fight off everything. So that's kind of like where we are. And I actually am professional in healthcare. To that note, and I teach doctors and nurses the electronic medical record system outside of the community work.
Wait a minute. You teach the doctors?
Yes, so I teach the doctors and the nurses and the clinical staff the electronic medical record system.
Well,
so the
okay,
application,
look
they
at
place
you.
orders on, document patients' progress notes. That's outside of the community.
Let
so
them know.
a lot of people don't know that. They just like, what does Jay West do? He always at the Laker
Right.
games, and that too.
We gonna get all.
I worked with
that.
Kobe, long live Kobe. I worked with Jordan, worked with the kids. It's all about making an impact with the children with me, though, and keeping the child interest first. A lot of coaching I did with the kids. Once they pass 13, people try to steal your players, offer them shoes, and it takes a lot of the morals and, of the hard work outside.
Right.
And that's what I stick to a certain age, 10 and under now, and just, focus on the fundamentals of the game, because you want to keep the children interest first. So,
Right, exactly.
in a nutshell,
exactly.
so. Yeah.
You guys, we have two amazing young Black entrepreneurs that grew up in Compton.
Absolutely.
So, with that said, do you think, what is it from growing up in Compton that has definitely had an impact in your life and how you guys move?
Go ahead, Jay. I'll let my brother go first this time.
I think everything. For us, it was normal. I didn't know anything was traumatic until I grew up and became an adult, and then you reflect back on things that many people call traumatic, but for us it was normal. Everything was just being a kid and having that childlike ambition, and wanting to just have fun and play sports and play basketball, and then sometimes random events happen that is just unforeseen, but you use everything you have. Sometimes it's laughter, sometimes it's like making jokes, other times it's sports, and we had that avenue, which was a productive outlet for us to play sports at an early age. So I think for us, that continued to be a driving force for us, and thankfully it made sense for us to want to take those lessons that we learned in sports and apply them to real life, because not everybody is a professional athlete or an entertainer, and
Absolutely.
we kind of we fit outside of those norms. We got to a point to where we were able to I would say improve our condition, from social condition, just from the fact that we were able to really buckle down on our true passions outside of sports and outside of entertainment. And I think that's something that's always been a driving piece for us both. And whenever we get an opportunity to, touch the next generation, we always let them know that you don't have to be a rapper or a basketball player or a football player. You can actually have real goals, and just how we are in our neighborhood, we're very respected because of the fact that we always were ourselves, and we never really tried to be anybody who we wasn't. And I think that that's to me what it's all about.
Yeah. So I know you've mentioned that your father, you said, right, was in the music business.
Our father, is in the music business.
Yeah, he's actually the chairman of the music and technology department at Compton College, and he's been there for over 20 years.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! So how does that have an impact on your lives?
Oh man, from birth, I mean, music is really spiritual.
Yeah.
So even when you in the womb, you hearing, you getting that energetic, energy and that connection, and we really into spirituality. So I think it's in us all, as human beings. But particularly, my father really raised us to know not just a certain genre of music, but every type of music, and exposed us to that. And we are so grateful. And
you even like country music?
Every type of music. I'm open ears to all kind of music. It's
okay. Because see, I asked this because some people are like, oh yeah, I'm into all type of music. Then I mentioned country, and they're like, And I'm like, no disrespect to country, but I'm just saying, like, I like me some country sometimes.
It's just a genre.
It's
so when you talk about
thing with us,
when you talk about the sound and vibrations,
we like some born A&R. So
we appreciate everything.
We appreciate everything.
We got professionals up in the building. Oh my goodness.
And music actually takes us away from that trauma in the neighborhood because we witness people that we've been shot at, witness people. Our cousins died through the gang life. Our friends died through, and went to jail over this gang culture that Compton is known for. And for us, we just tried to go where the great energy takes us, where the good energy takes us. And after our parents and, through knowledge and, research and just understanding life, as a child up until the point today, that music takes us away and actually heals us. When we lose a loved one, as us all, we can turn to a certain song and it's just therapeutic and so healing. So our father taught that at a young age, and I played the piano. My brother, he always was on the drums and he played a little piano too. So we're always around music.
Touch everything.
Right, friends is in music.
Oh my gosh! We're over here talking about music and music. Like I really just want to dive into like the business though, because you guys are with fitness.
Right. So I would say to piggyback on that, I would say the poetic justice behind it all is our father. He got a chance to travel the whole world, and one of the things he would say to us when we were young is that watch what you eat when you're away from the house and when you go out in restaurants. And so he became a vegetarian back in 1970 in the 1970s.
Oh wow!
And he got a chance to go to Africa with Stevie Wonder and play with Fela Kuti and got a chance to actually live out there for a while. And he was the only vegetarian at the time.
You're kidding.
Out of all of his friends who played music, and so he now outside of the gang culture, right? Like when my dad was growing up, the gangs weren't even present, but the nutrition, aspect of it, right? The fitness aspect of it was only seen and really eating plants was like not even. Many
norm.
people didn't even think. Like people were still eating like the soul food diet, especially you talk about the black family. And then from a workout perspective, you were either Arnold Schwarzenegger or you were like Bruce Leroy. You know what I'm saying? Like you were. So it was just those two types of images. So growing up, we kind of just looked at it like, all right, well, outside of the gang community, what else is killing people? And there's a fast food restaurant on every corner. And my whole thing was I want to live past 200 years old, and I didn't want to lose loved ones from food illnesses, junk food illnesses, or what we call like cancer, diabetes, heart disease. These are just junk food illnesses that I felt like we could reverse, but we needed some sort of person that could maybe pioneer a way that made sense for people to want to listen to. And so that I felt like I needed to bear that that responsibility and become almost like a standout professional in that genre. So now being that's what it is, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to nutrition, plant-based nutrition, like I definitely like to talk about that with my community and my friends and my clients. And I think it goes beyond just working out, but obviously it's a mind, body, spiritual approach.
Definitely. So would you say that your father is definitely the soul, the base to when it comes down to your passion behind your fitness journey.
Yeah, my mother and my father, both of them were very, my mom is like she was like the soul, the spiritual backbone of our family. My father, he was like the discipline. Like when I look at Estrada Fitness, your best effort leads to your best outcome. My dad is like, okay, if you want to be good at something, you got to practice at it every single day, and you shouldn't make no excuses, and you shouldn't complain. So put your effort, because the only two things you can control in life is your effort and your attitude.
Definitely.
And if you just always think positive and work hard, everything else will work out for you. So I think that's like my mom with the attitude, and my dad with like the work ethic.
Yeah, definitely. You guys, man.
Yeah, and I will add to that. Our mom is also, when it comes to loving, and nourishing and giving advice to people, making an impact to, our seeds that's growing up in the community.
And creativity,
so that's where
too.
And creativity, all these, parades around the city. My mom, she has her own business. She always had her own business.
So you guys
so that
are destined to be entrepreneurs yourselves.
Yeah, she would design all the balloons for like all of the Compton events at City Hall. Like anytime
baby
there was
showers, weddings. So we saw
anytime
that.
there was a wedding or
we was
anytime
helping
there
her
was
as kids. So it's a beautiful
all the
thing.
balloon arches that you would see like in around Compton, especially growing up. And my mom was actually the one designing it for her.
Absolutely.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah, my time.
So you guys love the Lakers, I heard.
Oh man.
I think that's from my grandmother, because she was such a basketball. She was an athlete. Shout out to my G moms, Betty Faye Nichols. She is the reason why we grew up in Compton, because she moved to Compton from Texas, and one of the first people to buy the house on our street in our neighborhood back in the 50s.
Yeah, and she actually just turned 90. She's actually turned 95.
Yeah,
we
so
just
she's
celebrated
still alive.
her birthday yesterday, and it's a beautiful thing because she's always so at peace. And she actually took me to my first Laker game. I had my Michael Jackson Beat It jacket on. And it was really cool. And we were always at the up there on the 300 section.
Right.
And if to come full circle, now it's like we always kind of like on the floor, just through, our hard work, and, our clients, who play in NBA. And it's just a beautiful thing to take her to the games now and flip it. I got to, for her before Kobe retired, his last game, he wished her, he did a video for her, wished her a happy 90th birthday. So that was just a beautiful thing, like to take her and treat her.
I'm sorry to cut you
for
off.
sure. No, you ain't cutting in line. We all together.
But the thing is, you guys were able to grow up and to be influenced by G-Ma, loving the Lakers, and then later on in life, you have a relationship with the greatest of all time. It's Kobe.
Yeah, that's
like rest in peace, Kobe, of course.
Long
We love
live.
him.
He's still
Gianna.
here. Yes, sir.
But that is amazing. That is truly a blessing, and I mean, it's just such I know it's a touchy conversation, but I mean, when it comes down to Kobe and his legacy, what do you think that what comes out of that when it comes down to you and your business? Like, what do you take from Kobe and apply it to life?
Yeah, absolutely. Me personally, when it just comes to life in general, to absolutely do your best every single day to, identify what your passion is. And you do that through what excites you on a daily, and, you really just beat on it every single day.
Right.
And as my brother motto is for Estrada Fitness, your best effort leads to your best outcome. That's what Kobe pretty much displayed his whole career. And even thereafter his career, where he said his next 20 years will be, better than his 20 years in basketball, which, and it's a beautiful thing, through his children, prayers to Vanessa and the family. And he's just somebody, I actually worked with and got to impact kids in his basketball camps directly and got to see his, teachings and, just to work with it. It's just a beautiful thing. And you just see outside of life, how basketball teach you life lessons, you know, dealing with coaches, dealing with parents, you know, dealing with the, you know, the competitive side, and then taking that off the court. So it's just, you know, the hard work, discipline, perseverance.
Yeah.
Kobe, you know, he taught us so much, and I'm so grateful, you know, I got to know him, you know, as a, you know, working for him, a big brother to me, mentor. It's just a beautiful thing. He taught me so much. It is a touchy, you know, subject.
I will say for sure,
But,
just you know, not only just be great at everything you do. That was for sure like something we just knew. You know what I'm saying? Just be great at everything you do. Every time he would hit the floor, be great at it. But then also, he had the same competitive drive with life too. You know, and being great as a father, but also knowing that there's still more to learn.
Yeah.
And you're not done until you really finish, and you're not finished until you're done. And it's like, so the journey is always going.
Yeah.
So with that said, like he had created a film called you know, his Kobe's childhood, you know, basically, I'm sorry, he created a film that was summarizing his childhood ambition to play basketball, right? And it was really like poetic in the way he did it, and he won an Oscar for it. And that inspired me. We created something called the Sand Route, and the Sand Route was a mini short that we did, and we actually won a film festival for it. And as a fitness company to win a film festival, international film festival.
Congratulations.
But it's about my story growing up in Compton and how it's necessary to take the Sand Route.
Yeah.
So I think he's in everything that we do. He actually gave me one of his last game jerseys and signed it for my gym that I have in the gym right now.
Yeah. That's so
It's just everything that we do, we feel like it's maybe we share that in common. We share that natural curiosity, that level of like weirdness where people are just like, wow, why are you so dedicated? Why are you so obsessed with your craft? Like, I think we just had a lot in common, and we would talk about these things a lot. So
to the point where you do sacrifice time with your family, but you know, it's to a level now where it came full circle to see him after, you know, he retired and how happy he was. And then, you know, that's what just hurts the most, him being with his family. It's just because we had those family conversations, you know.
His legacy definitely affected LA. You agree?
So much more, you know, he had for us.
Come
but
on.
you know,
I'm pretty sure he has so much. He has so
his
much
energy
mind
in us, though.
Yeah.
You know, not to cut you off,
No,
and what he, you know, he really delivered to people all around the world, from here to China.
Come on.
You know, will live on, and we honor him, you know, by doing the best we can do every single day. You know, beating on our craft every single day. You know, and you know, loving. You know, Kobe came to Watts to play in the Drew League. And it's a beautiful thing when he came to the Drew League, and I was there, you know, and he hit the game-winning shot, and he actually told me, it's an actual video where he was telling like what he was about to do, and it was crazy. Like he actually did, and I'm sitting there, you know, and this is before I even worked with him, mind you. But later that summer, you know, I worked with him for the first time, and it was actually like an all-star NBA event, and I was with him the whole day, and that's when I really got to like know him from there and on. But yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. But yeah, we learned so much from each other, not just Kobe, but you know, all our, you know, living legends that are no longer here, from Muhammad Ali to Bruce Lee to Dr. Sebi on the health side. So it's a beautiful thing, though.
I mean, you guys have worked with so many great people. I've heard you even worked with Kendrick Lamar as well.
K-Dot. Shout out to K-Dot.
Shout out to the brother.
That's our brother, though. He's from the community.
You know, I
right around the
I
corner.
was a stalker, and I was on your Instagram. And I saw, you know, he had a picture with EJ. And I was like,
EJ is
you know, it's funny.
Right.
My son has a picture with like a lot of cool people, but it's something about his. It's something about his light. I'm trying to be like him too. I'm trying to be like him too, because it's something about his light, and I think that it's really dope to see.
got them eyes. Got them eyes.
Shout out to his mom.
Absolutely. It's funny, Shaq, we was at a Laker game and Shaq literally grabbed EJ. He didn't even know, like, meet him before. He grabbed EJ out of Jason's hands and, like, took him on the floor. Like, it was wild. Well, yeah, EJ
He's
just
born
got that.
A star.
It's
Are you
wild.
kidding me? Between you two and your whole family, yeah. EJ's about to be somebody. What's going on with EJ? What are the plans
EJ,
for
like I
EJ?
was saying, EJ just won his first award, Best Child Actor for the Sand Route in the ISA International Film Festival
He's
out of
a star.
37 countries. So that was crazy. But the
Born
thing
a
about
star.
EJ is like, okay, we already know he's special, right?
Yeah.
We tell him that every single day. But
That's very
I
important.
want him to understand the value of his own image. And a lot of times, this is another thing, just like being from Compton, we always get overexploited with our talent, and it gets used to push everybody else's products. And I want him to be really mindful of his own image, and so that people can find a way to connect with him and what he wants them to connect with on his terms, instead of putting him in a Pepsi ad or a Coca-Cola ad, and now you telling 100,000 people to drink a beverage that you don't even believe in. And I think that for the most part, he's learning like the value of how to create and how to be his own entrepreneur. So it's really, really cool to see him develop. He's drawing, he's writing, he's creating.
How old is he?
He's 6.
Oh my, that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6, and he still has that
my
childlike. He sees everybody as uncle. Whether it's Kobe, Shaq, it's crazy. And it's a thing that we kind of grew up. When my dad traveling, with Stevie Wonder, Shaka Khan, and all these different people, we grew up to just know people as okay, they're doing that. Okay, we can tap into our own inner greatness, from the photographers, to, everybody. It's just like we all have a greatness. We just have to tap into it.
Right.
And you're able to exercise that and tap into it. And as you meet people, and a lot of people you name, from Kendrick to Kobe to Joy, it's all through love, pouring love and supporting people before they even get famous. A lot of us came from the community, we was supporting people before, they was out, or before they reach a certain level of fame. And it's that genuine, because we care and we love the art, and we all can connect through the art, whether it's basketball, whether it's rap, music, teaching. We just all have that genuine spirit with no motives. It's kind of like we're not operating. The one thing about us, we don't need anything from you. Yeah. Because we can create it, and we can identify with it. Right. And we can probably do it better than a lot of people. And it's just and that's not even, I say that humbly, but it's to the fact that I just want everybody to know that you are just as great as the next person. People only ask what you do to calculate the level of respect to give you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just doing what you're doing and loving what you're doing and doing it to the best of your ability. Right. So.
Amen to that, my friend. Amen to that. Okay. Real quick. I have to go back because I love me some Kendrick. I love me some, shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
Hey.
What up?
Come on. How is it working with Kendrick?
Kung Fu. He's he's cool. He's our brother, so it's not even, most of the time, it's just like a cool, dope ass, conversation you kicking back and forth with your brother. Yeah. Other times it's a curiosity conversation that you having about life, and other times it's about something random that's funny, what I'm saying, that I'll keep between us. But I think it's just a matter of, for us, that's little bro, but seeing him be able to channel up all of this creativity, right, and then be able to talk to a child that's EJ's age or younger, and then be able to communicate to someone who's my grandmother's age or older, and him be able to make music that can speak to those two individuals on two different frequencies while he's making a song that's I mean, it's so impactful. You know, it's so inspiring.
Yeah.
It'll give you chills. It'll make you cry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to see that type of obsession, you know, and again, like he had a really great relationship with Kobe, and also just his mind, the way it works is he's very obsessed with, you know, making sure it's exactly how he wants it to be. So seeing that in his artistry, the way I am with fitness, you know, I'm very obsessed with the way my brother is with everything he puts his hands on.
Right.
I think it's just a matter of just the meeting of the minds. Like you end up coming across people who you identify with most, and whose energy and whose light and whose aura is able to connect with yours at a certain amount of time, so everybody can shine together. So he's just another light that's out here shining. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a beautiful thing to see the growth and to see people want to be great and learn more each and every day. You know, the curiosity, us all, you know, is just to tap in more and to think outside the box, be that, you know, critical, analytical mind individual that you can be. And that's what's so beautiful about Kendrick's story, because you know, we seen him, you know, the growth is so inspirational. It's just I just love to see people wanting to do better and learn more.
Right.
Yeah.
We love to see
Beautiful
people
thing.
doing
I rocked with him from
what
the beginning.
great things, you
I
know?
was like, dude, this guy is dope.
What's your favorite song?
There's so, like, honestly, like, I could sit there and, like, jam to Money Trees. Whenever Money Trees
Money
come
Trees.
on, I'm like, "Ee," like, I'm just in the zone. I'm sorry. I
right.
can't. Like, there's so
Hallelujah.
many tracks that I'm
Yeah.
like, right, he did this too. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Kendrick's dope.
And
Like,
he's very choice on who he works with. But one thing I will tell you guys is one thing maybe a lot of people don't know is Kendrick literally produces every single song he does. He
Really?
just doesn't take credit for it. But he might get the
Wow.
beat from someone. But
Yeah.
when I say produce, I mean he arranges the entire song.
From start to
He
finish.
listens to it. He writes notes, takes notes.
Master.
He's very a master at his
Wow.
craft, and that's
Wow.
something that a lot of people probably don't know. It's like
Wow.
everything you have ever heard from him.
Yeah.
He's produced it. Like he spent more hours in the studio with that
Yeah.
particular song, and once he's finished he moves on to the next. But he's completely hands-on, you know, taking notes, making sure that it's right, making sure that every single instrument you hear
Right.
is
Yeah.
the way he wants you to hear it.
Right.
And that right there is just that should inspire everybody just to be that obsessed and that great with what you do, and don't put it out if it ain't your best.
of course.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
So
unless you
that's why, you know, we
Come
fall in love with
The
those
thing
type of
is,
individuals.
you guys have started lives in general around great people, your parents, grandparents,
Yeah.
and then later on in life, the people that you admire, you work alongside,
Right.
and that's dope. Not a lot of people can say that, you
and,
know.
and we're working alongside you too.
Dude, and I was just about
You're
to get
dope
there.
too, you know what I'm
Wait a
saying?
minute. I was like,
You're
you guys are
doper.
dope.
You're doper than us. You know.
Listen, this is just water.
There
you go.
It's the
There you go.
energy. It's
There
the
you go.
energy. You know?
Boom.
And everybody
Shout
kind
out
of
to
like
the creative director.
Hey,
you know, one thing about a lot of everybody is like-minded, you know, individuals who care about the community, who are really rebellious and, you know, are really in this time. Like this shirt I'm wearing, this was from the Compton Peace March, and
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
it's crazy because
Right.
I would say that, you know, in this moment, I didn't even know nobody was taking a picture. And it's something that when it comes to this struggle that we've been dealing with, you know, since the beginning of time, you know, it's really something that you'll say like, why are we still marching? I don't want to go out there and march because it's going to keep happening and keep happening and keep happening.
Right.
But, you know, when you have, you know, your seeds and you want to take them for them to be exposed to know this is
Right.
how it happens.
Right.
And you
know,
took your seed.
yeah.
yeah, I
And
took
y'all
my
went
son and my
marching,
daughter,
right,
and
yeah.
they were both inspired by
That's
it. But just
beautiful.
it's just a message that we give them
Yeah.
about, okay, well, you be the change.
Yeah.
We're competing with, you know, we're competing against, we're under the oppression of these individuals that had this this blueprint of how they wanted this matrix to work for, you know, hundreds of thousands of years. And if we think that it's going to change in 10 years, 15 years, without putting a plan together, we got to compete with the plans that they put together, right? So we got to make sure that their hidden agendas are able to compete with our agendas, and sometimes we got to hide our agendas so that we on the same playing field. We can't put everything out in the open, but one way to do that is to start in your own household. And I'm glad that I'm able to talk to my kids early about just being conscious and being aware and being the change that they want to see in the world, you know, so that they now can take hold of it, and they got a head start, and they can teach the next generation, and it just fall you know, like a ripple effect, like water.
Because the children are so observant, and they're so attentive, and they'll be looking at things. You'll be with them and like, what are you looking at? And you know, it's important to do everything with purpose. So when I went to the march, I actually knew I had to say something. So you know, when I had everybody, you know, hold their fists in the air for, you know, 8 minutes, you know, I think 46 seconds, you know, long live George Floyd. But a lot of people, you know, got tired, you know, holding their fists up that long.
I'm sure.
But it wasn't the pain that George Floyd felt for that time. So to identify with that is actually you know, putting them in that same moment. So that was the whole purpose of that, and to just keep everybody focused and to keep everybody, you know, on target with, you know, what we want, and that's change. And we have to stand up and be about it. And you can change in more ways than, you know, just going to a march. You can change with yourself. It all starts at home. You know, exactly. How you eat, how you think, how you live. So.
Definitely. So before we wrap it up, is there anything that you guys want to let the crowd know about either what's next for the Estrada family, or what like what is the main message that you want to get out to the crowd?
I just say, you know, stay true to yourself, love yourself. You know, we all live different because we learn how to love different, you know. So I would just say, you know, continue to pour love into people, because love is the spirituality, you know. I know it's a lot of different religions out there, you know. To me, the religion's here to separate us, but I would just say identify with love and continue to spread that and be genuine to people out there. Work hard, you know, and that's a real discipline action, you know, and it's a verb for a reason. You have to work, and you know, just continue to be who you are, identify with your passions. And you know, as for the Estrada family, you know, continue to, you know, expect more from us, you know, as we do our part through our daily walk in life, and just continue to give back, you know, and give the game, you know, to your loved ones, you know, whether that's your children or your elders. And you know, that's all I got.
I would just say, just be fearless, fear no one, respect everyone. Always knowing what you do, and know it to the point to where you only are as good as the things that you're able to seek knowledge for, and just, I mean, know what you don't know, and then always just come to the table with something, do something. Don't be afraid to do what you feel in your heart, because most of the time it's right to you before it's right to anybody else. Always look at that being your paradigm. You want to shape your own paradigm, and don't let it be confined to anything, no matter even if it offends someone, even if it offends someone close to you. I think that we all know what's pure to us, and we always know what's true to us, and I think that we can all, you know, come together and be in harmony with one another. But, you know, you're not a finished product. You're always, you know, progressing. You're always moving forward. But at the end of the day, if you're breathing and if your heart is beating by itself, then you are too perfect, and you're chosen to do what you're supposed to be doing. So don't let anything or anyone stop you. In fact, find people who you can find what I call energy companions, and rile them up. See if you can just find as many energy companions as possible in your life, and now you have the whole world rocking with you. And don't stop. Stand on integrity, you know, and don't let anybody influence you to do anything outside of your core values. You know, never compromise your values. That's another thing, you know, I'll just add.
and
be an entrepreneur.
Be an entrepreneur.
That's right. In your own way.
Be
You guys-
poised.
You can be an entrepreneur with a 9 to 5. You know, I do it greatly.
I always say be poised. I'll leave y'all with
You know,
this one.
love what you
Poised.
do.
Poised. Be a producer. Be an owner.
Yep.
You know, be your own investor. You know what I'm saying? Be your own saver and be your own developer and stay poised at all times.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are the absolute best. And again, I am so honored to be sitting at this red dot table
Hey.
with you.
The red table, huh? That
The
Compton.
red table.
What up?
15
What
minutes
up?
at the red dot. You guys,
West.
thank you so much for tuning in to another episode.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Peace
we
out.
got
You did.
Josh and Jason.
Peace, love, and health.
Back. We got Josh and Jason. Why was that so hard for me?
Peace, love, and health.
JOS and JOS. Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys.
West Side.
We
West.
West side. We love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Stay tuned
Much
for the
love.
next episode.
Compton.
And real quick, you guys. I just got it. All right. These are the rapid fire questions. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Paul Gasol or Anthony Davis?
Paul Gasol.
Pau Gasol.
Oh, okay. We have Showtime Lakers or Kobe and Shaq Lakers.
Kobe and Shaq.
Is it?
Showtime.
Oh, okay. We got DJ Quick or Dr. Dre.
DJ Quick.
Quickston.
That's easy.
Hey, well, okay, I love you, Dr. Dre, but we're gonna go with Quick on this one. Okay, this one. Dominguez High Athletics alumni or Compton High?
Dominguez.
Centennial High School.
Yeah. Centennial.
What? Oh, we
I know
should.
that wasn't an answer, but
Shout
that
out
was
to
an
Anna
answer.
Follow.
You did.
Yes, sir. So again, you guys are amazing. I need those eyes. Have a good day. 90220. We
Shout out
out.
to the Big Ten.
Hey,